Hi, I'm Nicole Crane, and today I'm going to be talking about the reveal of Exquisite. This has been a long time in coming, and kind of everything I've been doing all spring has been kind of like building up energy to really dive into Exquisite again. This is my signature program, and it's really a full expression of my heart song. And so it's my joy and pleasure to be able to offer it again. I actually had something else in mind, and all the people that I know and trust who really have like my success in their best interest have really pushed me to just jump into Exquisite and to really dedicate my time to it. And if people have interest outside of that, then cool, I'm still offering one-on-one coaching. But it's finally time for me to just jump into this. So today's topic is tapping into your North Star and reclaiming your purpose. So I feel like this is a perfect topic for today because that's kind of what I've done by just diving into launching Exquisite. And so the really cool thing about this incarnation of it is that previously I was like a little bit hesitant to bring magic into it. Like there were some like optional rituals involved, and there's still going to be kind of like extracurricular offerings. But the reason that I really want to do like a solid start time when everybody gets kind of initiated, so to speak, is because I do want to offer like a group experience of the rituals if that's something you're interested in, or we can also do them one-on-one during our sessions if that's more comfortable for you. But I also just wanted to offer that sense of community, kind of like the idea of a red tent where women are kind of collectively going through the same thing at the same time. So this feels really important to me to do as a program. So I'm going to be promoting it for 6 weeks, and then we start the 1st of August. What else do you need to know? Oh, I'm going to be doing early bird pricing for the first 3 weeks. So since I actually don't have its own page, I'm going to be using the one-on-one coaching page because it's so funny. When I was like reading over the description, I'm like, this actually describes Exquisite. So let's just call a spade and do this properly, and build the proper momentum and just really unleash this beautiful wealth of knowledge that I've collected from mostly my mentor, Layla Martin, and her gorgeous sex, love, and relationship coaching program, but also bits and pieces that I've gleaned that I'll kind of credit as we go along through this promotional series. So I just wanted to let you know I'm going to be doing most of the promoting here in the Facebook group and on my YouTube channel. Occasionally I'll do some things on my main page, but since it's pretty sexy stuff, I want it to unapologetically be so. And so I do kind of want it to be in the safety of a container that people kind of agreed to be in. So in the idea of tapping into your North Star, for me, this is a term that I learned from Layla Martin, and it's kind of like a catch-all term for your higher power, but I know that that term is kind of loaded for some people, but it could be God, it could be the universe, it could be universal consciousness, it could be whatever your sense of highest love and greatest good is. So I love calling it a North Star though, because I really feel like that generates the sense that like that's your inner compass and it's what points you true north. So the beautiful thing about Exquisite is that it's such a gentle container. Like we really achieve a lot during the 3 months. So we do 12 weekly sessions. But the cool thing is that it's really gentle, so it allows us to go really deep. And I feel like that kind of deep, especially somatic work, which like includes feelings and sensations in the body and really taps into places where trauma or stuckness are kind of physically located, and uncovers things that we wouldn't be able to consciously access in other ways. So I feel like kind of unwinding those things allows you a safe space to really feel good about expressing your true desires. And I feel like that is really the key that unlocks reclaiming your purpose, because I think that we desire things for a reason. And I feel like when you have desires, it's best to just express them. And if it's something that just increases with the expression, then that is like a pathway to your life's purpose. And I know that a lot of us, especially like the seekers, really struggle, like, why am I here? What am I created to achieve during this lifetime? And I feel like this is a huge part of that, where if you have reoccurring desire around something, then it's like really a big keystone in your personal path. So trying to think of if there's anything else important that I missed. Yeah, and so I just kind of wanted to explain that term North Star, because it is something that we check in with, especially with some of the empowerment practices, because we always want to be sure to be in alignment with your inner sense of like what's right and wrong and what feels good and what doesn't feel good, and really respect those boundaries that are happening internally, because sometimes in the moment we don't consciously know why something feels yucky or wrong. And sometimes it takes a little while to process. Sometimes we never really know. But I do feel like it's important to start trusting that intuition, which actually builds intuition, because the world is kind of created at this point to really like strip away your ability to tap into that, whether it's, like commercials and TV and movies that are made for like 3-second long attention spans, or the need for constant distraction, or things that take from you more than they give back, and really leave you feeling empty, so that we constantly have to feel like we're consuming to fill that void. So the other great thing about tapping into your North Star and really being more conscious of where your pleasure comes from, where your sadness comes from, and like really allowing these emotions without judgment to kind of bubble up and be present, is one, I notice that I don't really get stuck in my emotions as long when I'm just really like lovingly present, and I'm just like, okay, this anger is welcome here, or this disappointment is welcome here, or this sadness is welcome here. And most of the time, those emotions pass very quickly when I'm just present and welcoming and loving with them. The other amazing thing is that it's more gratifying. Like there's a certain richness when you're kind of like creating an endless feedback loop of pleasure and fulfillment, and that makes a safe place for these things to arise, and then they just get included, which is like a huge part in the integration work that I specialize in, is allowing like the icky or the yucky parts and just really embracing those and like making it be okay that they exist. Sometimes that little bit of attention and love is all they need to really be released. Or I know I've talked about this a little bit in both some of the shadow work, but also with working with subpersonalities, is sometimes that subpersonality can be redirected. So if it's kind of like a gatekeeper that shuts off the ability to feel like it's safe to connect with other people, by kind of redefining, like, okay, if somebody's truly a threat, then you're allowed to keep them out. But if somebody is being loving and supportive, and we're just afraid that we're going to be disappointed if we love them, then you're going to take a break and you're going to like go have a soda and go for a walk, and you're not going to like fight them. So if you have any questions about these processes, I would love to chat with you about them. The other thing is, I'm scheduling discovery calls like right now. So I do have an application on the main page of my website. You can get to that through the link as well. If you want to apply, it's just a really quick questionnaire this time. And I would just ask that you do that really quickly before scheduling an appointment. And it's kind of first come, first serve. So since it's one-on-one coaching, once someone reserves a spot for the 3 months, then it's kind of taken. So if you have a little bit of a sticky schedule, I would encourage you to fill out that questionnaire as soon as possible. And let's get that discovery call scheduled so that we can make sure that you're a good fit. Because it is kind of a significant investment, because it's a really big container. Like Exquisite is built for highly sexual women who want to get their sexual shine back. And we tend to be really big people, whether it's the expression of our personality, the voluptuousness of our bodies, the way that we laugh that fills a room. So it, by design, is made to be a really big container because it's made to hold really big women and women who show up in a big way in their lives. So yeah, I'm going to be doing weekly sessions like this on different topics that are kind of broadly related to Exquisite. And then in the Facebook group specifically, I'm going to be doing a little more behind the scenes, talking about like the different aspects and tools in case people are interested in that kind of thing. So if you want to get the scoop on that sort of thing, I'm probably only going to be posting weekly videos on YouTube from now on. So if you want those like little extras, please be sure to join my Facebook group, Nicole Crane Coaching. I'm sending you lots and lots of love, and thank you for watching. Mwah. Bye.